Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Tag Team Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Tartaglione, joined with my brother, Johnny Tartaglione. And today we're talking seam off rip. It's October. We're in the divisional series. Got a lot hot contested series going on right now. Games going on right now as we speak. So I think we just need to talk some seam. And the best way to do that is to also bring in our producer, Peyton. So let's get into it. I mean, we got a lot of hot series going on right now. There's some that are a little one-sided, but I think we should start where?
No, we would be dismissive as a podcast if we didn't start off with the Aaron Judge home run last night. I mean, come on. Aaron Judge is known for not performing in the postseason. He's known for being the best hitter in baseball throughout the regular season, but then once he gets to that postseason mark, he's not the same type of hitter that he usually is. They call him a choker. They don't want to give him his pinstripes because he doesn't show up in the big spots. And last night, I think he finally proved the haters wrong with that 3-run bomb off the foul pole to tie the game, and probably the biggest at-bat of his career. I mean, that thing was a moonshot. That thing was blasted to center.
Hit what, 3/4 up the foul pole?
Oh, my God. They said it was hit like 370 feet. But, come on. It had to be way more than that.
I mean, you got to think about it. They were down 6-1 in the fourth inning. Came back to tie it 6-6. Ended up winning, 9-6? So, I mean, that's what you call grit. And I hate to see it because, I don't like the Yankees. But to be down on a spot, everybody thinks the Yanks are done. I mean, you're down 6-1. I know it's baseball, but if I see 6-1, that had to been plus 900 on the money line at the time?
Most likely. I didn't ever take a live look at the line. I've been getting absolutely blasted from a gambling standpoint the past couple weeks. So we won't get into that until a little bit later in the pod. But they looked dead. Yankee Stadium was dead. The Yankee fans were just out of touch with society in the moment. They wanted Aaron Boone fired before the game could even reach the seventh inning because he left Rodon in for too long. And, yeah, for them to come back and to claw their way back into that game, and then Jazz Chisholm hitting the big go-ahead home run to put them up 7-6, and they didn't look back from there. So I think the Yankees might be back on track. I made my World Series prediction last week that the Yankees would get back to the big series, to the World Series. And I think after that game, man, they got a real shot. I think momentum in playoff baseball means everything. And they got Schuttler on the mound. As we're speaking right now, they are down 1-0. But, it's one run. You got to score in baseball to win games. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, you got to look at it this way. They got what? They got game 4 tonight. Blue Jays are already up 1-0 in the middle of the third. If they come back and win this series, I have to agree with you. I don't see how they don't take the momentum and win it all. Because, I mean, you got to think about what they did in the Boston series and now what they did last night. I mean, these guys are the comeback kids of the playoffs. They have been all postseason.
Yep. They did it against the Red Sox. They were down 1-0. They were playing elimination baseball for 2 games straight. Then they put themselves into a hole, and here they are again, backs against the wall, and they managed to make a comeback last night.
Down 6-1.
I mean, a lot of teams lay down in that moment, but they showed fight, and they showed to be vigilant in the moment, and you got to give them credit for that. The Yankees pitching has to be better. They have to be better. They have to start. They've been hitting the baseball a little bit better. I think the Blue Jays were just dominating the first 2 games of the series and the first half of Game 3. So momentum is everything, like I said, and we'll see what they could do here tonight if they can mount another comeback, even though they're only down 1-0. A lot of game left to be played.
Yeah, a lot of game.
If the Yankees were to come back in this series, it would be one of the worst, darkest days in Toronto Blue Jays history yesterday. That's straight up, that's what it is. Because the Blue Jays, 1, have had the momentum, 2, have had the whole series in the hands, and they had the tiebreaker from the season. For them to lose this series right now, it would be a very, very bad time in Toronto. So tonight will be
100%.
Tonight's a big game, and it's oof.
I want to bring up a sidebar from this series. Was that the Buffalo Bills went to Instagram or to Twitter and said, "Good luck, Blue Jays." Last I checked, both the Yankees and the Bills play in New York. I know it's a 6.5-hour drive.
It's because
but it's a whole different country.
The AAA teams in Buffalo, that's where they played during COVID.
Oh, that's a fun fact.
So the correlation.
I would have never have figured that out.
But still, to root.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's a time where you just shut the fuck up if I'm the Buffalo Bills. Because you got a lot of Bills fans who are also Yankee fans, and you have a lot of Bills fans who are also Blue Jays fans. I think in that time, that's just a bad move.
I think you're just reading too much into it. I think that.
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't think it's that deep.
But look, yeah, it's not that deep. Nobody really gives a shit. Buffalo and New York City are two completely, even though they're in the same state, they're two completely
I'm not
different
disagreeing.
places.
I went to Syracuse. It's a completely different world.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, if the Yankees can push this to a Game 5, I don't think Toronto has the postseason experience to nut up and win a Game 5. But I could be wrong, so let's see what happens at the end of this game. Moving on to the next game, the Tigers win a big one today. The Tigers push the series to a Game 5.
Huge.
Yep. A big comeback win by the Tigers. Riley Green, massive game-tying home run. Or did he have the go-ahead? I can't remember off the top of my head.
He had the go-ahead.
It was the day game. I wasn't able to watch the game, but he had the go-ahead bomb.
Neither were any of the Tigers fans. That stadium was empty.
That stadium was empty.
Gross.
I don't want to. I love Detroit fans. Love Detroit as a sports city. But shame on Tigers fans for not showing up to the ballpark today. That was really bad.
Show up.
We had buddies.
It's win or go home.
We had buddies that went to the game. They said the vibes were dead. And that signs Detroit's not a bad sports town. Not a bad sports town. I love the city of Detroit. But you got to show up and you got to show out when your team has their back against the wall. It's not like they're down 3-0. It's not like an NBA series where they're down 3-0 and they have no shot. They're down 2-1. They got to win 2 games, and boom, they're on to the ALCS. You're in the quarterfinals.
But I mean, you got to give the Tigers credit where credit's due. They were down 3-0 and rallied off 9 unanswered.
Of course, they win 9-3. And game 5, they got the Hawks on the mound. They're going back to Scoops. So I love the Tigers' chances. I'd love to see the Tigers in the ALCS going up against either the Blue Jays or the Yankees. So best of luck. It just sucks because I like both of these teams. The Mariners have put together an incredible season, and they haven't really done anything since the beginning of the century, which really sucks. And Seattle fans don't really have much. They've had the Seahawks. They don't have an NBA team. They don't have an NBA team right now. They got that stripped away from them. And they have the Kraken, who are a new NHL team. So the Mariners are really the focal point of Seattle itself. So I'd also like to see that move on. I'm always going to pull for the Tigers just because, I mean, we have family, we have friends in Detroit. So we've been to Tigers games a ton. So going to root for them in this series. But I'm really good. I really hope whoever wins this series ends up going to the World Series minus my pick. And the Yankees actually just tied the game up. I got the live feed pulled up.
So Peyton, I'll ask you this question.
Yeah.
You said it's a dark day in Toronto. What about Seattle? Because you got to think about the heartbreak they've gone through as a fandom, as a sports team. They were up 3-0 today.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a little different.
On the road and choked it. So I just want to kind of get your perspective on why you think from
the reason is
it's different.
When you're down 1-0 and you come back 2-1, you feel like you're the team avenging, right? The Blue Jays think about it. They've won both games significantly, and then they go into game 3 and are up 6-1 in the third. You have everything to lose, right? I still believe the Mariners are playing with everything to win. Despite them winning the division, having the bye, they are, no matter what, they are always it's the Mariners, right? They never have pulled the big card. They never have made it to the big game. So if they win, it's like they did it. They made it to the ALCS. That's a huge deal. And if they lose, it's like, well, that's just how it goes, right? When it comes to the Yankees and the Blue Jays, they've had a pretty tough rivalry all year, but the Blue Jays had a stronghold on the series. Like, I think going into the game yesterday, it was like, the game's over. 6-1, they blew out the last 2 games. You just thought the game was over. So
I counted them out.
I
think everybody did.
And that's the difference. Yeah, I mean, I stopped watching the game after the 3rd inning. Fool for being that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the difference. It's really just how this series, they're much different, first of all. And second of all, the Blue Jays have been they literally have had the Yankees by the neck this whole series.
Would you say, though, that the Mariners blew the series? I know there's game 5 and it's in Seattle. But would you say the Mariners blew the series today just because they have to face Scoobs in game 5?
No, they didn't blow the series. 3 runs is not that much.
No,
Like,
I'm talking
one home
about
run, you're taking the lead.
today was their opportunity.
You just mean in general.
Today was their best opportunity to get to the ALCS.
It's tricky because
you're facing.
Didn't they win when Skubal was on the mound? Didn't the Mariners win when Skubal was on the mound?
They did.
But you're telling me you're going to beat them
is,
twice in one series?
But you could, because playoff baseball is different, right? The Mariners are going to pitch their whole staff.
Of course.
You're going to see every starter, every reliever, everybody. It's not going to be like, oh, here's the... Because the Mariners went Johnny Holstaff recently. So it's a little different, right? When they're going into tomorrow, Skubal's on low rest, and he's coming off a loss, so maybe he feels a lot of pressure. I mean, he's never won the big game yet either. So being in that position, he knows it's on him. Sometimes that can be too much for a pitcher. So it's very different going into the game 5 if it goes to game 5. I do think it will go to game 5, and I believe it's a true coin flip. I have no clue who's going to win that game.
Well, it is going to game 5, right? It's 2-2. No? Am I wrong?
Oh, is the game officially over?
The game's over. Yeah, it's not 9-3.
Yeah, you're right,
9-3 Tigers.
Yeah,
9-3 Tigers.
So game 5, it's a coin flip. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, it's so tough to tell. It is. I mean, next week we're going to have a totally different output on everything because it'll be in the CSs already. But boy, going into that final game, I mean, it's in Seattle, so
yeah,
we'll find out, I guess.
Well, if it holds,
all right, let's
I was about to say if it holds, we'll have 2 game. Well, the Yankees are tied 1-1, but if the Yankees win tonight, we'll have 2 game 5s in the AL. And I want to say it looks like it's going to be the exact opposite in the NL. Cubs currently hold a 4-3 lead.
Cubs are beating the Brewers right now, 3-4.
Yes, Brewers have a man on second, 1 out. So they got the tying run in scoring position as we are recording now. But, dude, the Brewers have looked like a dominant squad in this series. They have made the Cubs look absolutely silly in this series.
It comes down to pitching.
It's the offense. You got to think about it. They put up 16 runs in 2 games.
I mean, I think
that's going to put you up 2-0 every time.
You're right. I think the pitching for the Brewers has been really on point. I think the rest has helped them.
Yep.
They got a lot of young guys, and a lot of the guys, they don't really pitch too much innings. Like, they don't go crazy on the innings. Mizorowski, he's been fantastic. Earlier in the year, had a stretch where he wasn't as good, but his workload was really high. He never pitched that much.
Yep.
Especially he's a rookie. At the big league level, to have to go out every day, you become very important. And in the playoffs, he didn't have to go out and do too much, right? They had a lot of support on all aspects in the pitching. So hey, in my opinion, every time I hit, it's nice to know that, hey, we get a few runs, we're good to go. And then all of a sudden you're up 3-0, you're up 4-0.
Yep.
Maybe it's 4-1. You're like, dude, you just go up there and hit. You don't have to worry about it. So I think their pitching has really helped them jump out strong against the Cubs. But I will not root out the Cubs. They are a very deep team, and if they win today, I could be scared. I would be scared if I was a Milwaukee fan for an accidental comeback, because you never know. That Cubs team is pretty deep.
Well, we're gonna have a better outlook on the series probably before the end of this podcast. This game should be over probably in the next 30 minutes or so. I want to say the Brewers got a great start out of Jose Quintana tonight, who's been in the league since, I think, before the rebirth of Jesus Christ. I mean, that dude has to be. How old is Jose Quintana?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in the league forever. They got 3 scoreless innings out of him tonight. The rest of their bullpen was good except for their one relief pitcher who came in and allowed 4 runs. But that's been the key for the Brewers this series. They got a great start out of Freddie game 1. Their bullpen's been dominant. The Cubs have not been able to hit like they have been all season. So I'd be interested to see this series extended a little bit. We always want to see series get a little more interesting. You never want to see a sweep. So hopefully the Cubs hold on and push this thing to a game 4.
Unless it's your team, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I totally agree.
So, can I ask a question? Are the Dodgers going to lose another game this postseason?
Can I ask another question? Can both of these teams lose in the divisional series? Can they lose to each other and just both lose the series 3-2? And then we just have the winner of the Cubs and the Brewers go to the World Series? That'd be pretty fucking cool.
No.
I want to say it's
by no
so
means
I like the Brewers and the Cubs. You think I want to see the Brewers and the Cubs in the World Series?
I don't give a shit about what you want to see. Nobody wants to see.
But hold on. Back this up. You want, if the Dodgers make the World Series, which is looking like they're going to, because they're freaking dominating right now. I can't say that, but I will say that because they look like they can't lose a game. at least when it comes to the World Series, you already know you're going to be rooting for the AL team.
Of course.
Not if it's the Yankees. No.
Yeah, well,
I will always root against the Yankees.
You're going to root for the Dodgers.
Last year I said
Dodgers.
that. Yeah.
You're going to root for the Dodgers over the Yankees.
Always.
I'll
never be.
I'm going to puke. And then I'm not going to root
It
for
happened last year.
Yes.
You can't root for the
right,
Yankees if you're not a Yankees fan. That's the golden rule. It's like rooting for the Cowboys. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Over the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
the Dodgers have a way thinner history than the Yankees.
We're getting too far. Let's save this conversation for when we get to the World Series. There's no reason to have this conversation now. There's still.
I just made a point. I
understand,
about whether
but
or
this
not
all could be hypothetical. This all could be for nothing.
You're telling me the Phillies are going to come back and reverse?
No, I think the Phillies are
they
playing laughable baseball right now, is my opinion, and it absolutely rocks. And it rocked that they blew the 3-0 lead in Game 2. It rocked that in the same day the Eagles blew their game against the Broncos, and I love it. Philly's gotten everything in sports the past couple years, and the fact that they're going through the shitter right now, I personally love it. I do. I'm not. Listen, I don't want to root on anybody's downfall, but Philly, you could take it and shove it up your ass and enjoy your walk home, or I guess flight home from LA. You couldn't get it done in Philly. Red October, completely dead. Your team is destroyed. Everybody's old. And I'm saying this as a salty Mets fan, and we're parked our asses back in Queens right now, and nobody even lives in Queens on the Mets, but they're still in Queens. But yeah, I can't say I'm rooting for the Dodgers either, but laughable baseball by the Phillies. Terrible managing. Their lineup can't hit. Their star power gone, has not shown up in the postseason. Their pitching has been, their starters have been good. Relievers have blown the games late. And yeah, it's great to see.
You come with a lot of angst and anger towards the Philly sports world, especially when 24 hours from now we are kicking off against the Eagles.
I want to say this. I have something on this later. Wait a minute. Hold on. I have something on this later. We'll save the football talk for the football talk. Phillies, Dodgers.
Why do we not talk football?
We're going to talk football. I want to wrap up the baseball talk. At the end of the day, the Phillies have the star power. They have had the guys. They have Bryce Harper. They have Kyle Schwarber, who's been one of the best hitters in baseball all year. But the Dodgers, I think, have the NL All-Star team. Am I wrong, Peyton? I mean, every single starter they send out there is worthy of making the NL All-Star team.
The Dodgers have one of the best teams I've ever seen.
If it's not Ohtani, it's Yamamoto. If it's not Yamamoto, it's Blake Snell. I mean, come on. They have 3 of the top 7 pitchers in baseball.
The fact that they're able to go out and use Roki Sasaki.
Yeah, out of the bullpen. They're bringing him out of the pen.
Out of the bullpen.
It's insane.
It's crazy. Because Tanner Scott has been one of the worst relievers in baseball at the end of this year. And he's a phenomenal pitcher, don't get me wrong. But in the clutch, he's been very bad. And that's kind of the whole point he was brought onto the team, right? To be that closer role. And to have Sasaki just come in and be like, I'll take it. It's ridiculous.
It's
The
nuts.
depth is insane. They're so deep that Clayton Kershaw didn't even make the roster for the playoffs this series.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
But Clayton Kershaw, all-time playoff choker, except for the year they won the World Series. Am I wrong? I mean, all-time.
He typically does good, but he's...
Yeah, but when you say Clayton Kershaw in the playoffs, he was post-rise.
But it'd be different if you used him for a couple innings in the 5th, 6th, 7th. Right? He can eat innings.
Yeah,
it's just like the depth is crazy.
He's well on the other side of his prime. But look, I'm not sitting here praising as a Dodgers fan. Phillies had New Yorkers hate Phillies so much. Everybody knows that. That's not new knowledge. And it's fun to watch sometimes. And that's just me being a salty New York fan. And I'm okay to admit that. I am A-okay to admit that I am a loser. And sometimes, as being a loser, you have to take pride in your rivals losing, too. Sometimes that's a win. And I'm going to take my win when my team their asses are parked at home. All right? I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, I mean, double negative always equals a
double
positive.
Negative
Always.
positive.
That's facts.
Yep. So cool. Cubs just got out of a bases-loaded jam, so they're going to take their lead into the 9th inning. So let's see if they can close it out. So But yeah, playoff baseball.
Thanks for the live play-by-play analysis. I appreciate it.
Listen, I'm just keeping the people updated for when they're listening to this and it's past the game. Whatever. It is what it is. I want to say something, and we can transition. We could do a transition here. You already alluded to this. My next month of football as a fan is going to be absolute hell. And I don't know what I did to have the devil presented in my face as a football fan, but goddamn, is it here and is he in front of me? So,
I mean, you chose to be a fan of South Carolina, and you chose to be a fan of
the Giants play the Eagles Thursday night. Eagles off a loss. That line should be minus 24.5. Giants are going to get smoked. Then we go to Denver, who is a heavy favorite. Not a heavy favorite in the AFC, but an AFC contender. Sorry. And then we play the Eagles in Philly. Like, sure, let's just allow the Giants to get butt raped 3 weeks in a row. And then we play the 49ers, who are 4-1. So that's my next next month as a Giants fan. My next month as a South Carolina fan. At LSU, the number 11 ranked team in the country. Brutal. Probably one of the toughest stadiums to play in the country. Then we go and play Oklahoma, who I don't know if their quarterback will be back by then, John Mateer. But if he's back, they're ranked number 6 in the country. Electric offense, stout defense. They want revenge from the ass whooping we gave them last year. Oh, and then let's follow that up with playing Alabama. Why not, right? Let's go ahead and just play Alabama. We'll add that. And let's not forget, then we have to go to Ole Miss, who was coming off a big win against the LSU Tigers. And then, just to top it off, we get to go play in another very tough stadium against the Aggies of Texas A&M. So that's my next month of football. So let me ask you this. What is my over-under of wins between my two teams? I'm going to go with half.
Half?
I'm going to put the line at half a game.
I'd put it at 2.5.
2.5 is stout. 2.5 is stout. Who are the Giants beating in the next month?
The Broncos?
You think we're going to Denver and beating Denver?
I don't see why not. I mean, we got to have a win.
Get your head out of your ass. We're going to Denver and beating Denver? When's the last time we beat the Eagles? I think the last time we beat the Eagles, I was getting Hot Wheels as a Christmas gift.
Here's another stat for you.
Hold
the
on.
Giants
Hold
on
on.
Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, and then you think we're gonna beat the 49ers? So when are the Giants? You think we're sneaking out one of those 4 games?
I think there's a chance you get the Niners for sure.
And there's no way South Carolina's not that bad of a football team, dude.
Dude, I don't think they're gonna win against any of the teams.
What team is South Carolina beating? Have you watched? We got listen, I don't want to shit on my own team.
It might be. It's the hardest.
Ole Miss. Ole
Miss is disgusting.
What happened when we played Ole Miss last year at home? I understand Jackson Dart was the quarterback.
Clip it.
We got smoked. This brings me to my next point. We have a butt loser. Oreo McFlurry butt loser. If South Carolina wins all 5 games, let me pull up the tweet. I'm going to pull this up. I'm pulling up receipts. And this is how much of a chance you know that we don't have in these games. And I said I would match. So, Omni-Man. So, can't say this username too much. But Omni-Man tweets, if South Carolina goes 5-0 during this stretch, I will butt funnel an Oreo McFlurry. So, if we go...
How do you even do that?
If we go 5-0, I'll match. I'll figure it out.
Who's going to be willing to put a McFlurry down their ass?
If we go 5-0, I'll match. I'll figure it out.
Bro, there's an argument that if you just go 3-5, you might want to match. That's ridiculous.
Well, we go 3-2
That's
because
crazy.
it's 5 games.
3-2. 3 out of 5.
5-0, I'll match the butt luge, all right? Or the butt funnel. 5-0, I'll butt funnel.
Right.
I'll butt funnel my own Oreo McFlurry.
This is crazy. This conversation went absolutely astray.
Listen, I had to pull it astray. There was too many strings attached to this conversation for me to not say anything.
So that's how you bring it all together, right?
Brought
there.
it all
With the
together.
Flurry
Yeah.
Butler.
So, what was your Thursday Night Football stat? We'll bring it back down to normalcy.
The Giants have lost 10 straight years on Thursday Night Football. We have not won on Thursday Night Football since I was in middle school.
You're telling me I was just got my driver's license when the last time the Giants won a TNF game.
Oh, yeah. 10 straight years of losing. We've had Thursday night games every year for the last 10 years. We're 0-10.
That has to be one of the most
We're 0-10.
atrocious stats I've heard in a long time.
That's what you call Daniel Jones and Eli Manning in primetime football. Not to shit on Eli, but he was god-awful in primetime in the regular season. Oh,
I don't even know what to
stat.
say to that stat.
We're losers tomorrow is what it means.
Oh,
we're losers.
Yeah. Oh,
we're done.
God. Yeah, 100%.
But you know,
and I'm
okay,
not even sitting up here trying to reverse jinx it. This is me genuine. I'll wave the white flag right now so I don't have to watch the game.
So I'm officially in fuck it. Let's just go out there and watch these games because this team's fun mode for the Giants. Because, I mean, we had 5 turnovers last week.
This team is fun?
Dominated the Saints. Fun. It's a fun team.
You call fumble, interception, fun?
Yeah, it's fun. Why not?
In
we suck.
what regard?
We suck.
In what regard
there's
is
no
that
shits given.
fun football?
Let's just watch Scatterboo rail 250-pound dudes. Let's watch Dart throw just stupid interceptions, and let's laugh about it. I'm hysterical. I've lost my mind. I'm done. It's fun. Whatever. It's the dog and pony show. Go out there. Fuck it. Have fun. Tomorrow night, I don't give a shit. We're going to lose by 40. I'm going to have fun watching the game. Because you know why? Going into it, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I'm done with
Have
this
the
team.
Giants and the Jets ever had...
So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to watch it like I'm
Have
watching
the-
a movie. Or I'm watching some fiction bullshit.
Have the Giants and the Jets ever had the number 1 and number 2 picks back-to-back in the NFL draft?
When was the Sam Darnold year? And Saquon Barkley? No, that was Baker. Browns were first. Took Baker. The Giants were 2. The Jets were 3. The Browns just had to do what Browns do best, and that's lose worse than the Jets and the Giants. Okay, so we have our disdain with the Giants. I mean, we're where we're at. I don't think there's anywhere to put it. But we have to talk about, we talked about it in 2 weeks. This is a good, nice tie-in. Because the Broncos, the next 2 weeks, have the Jets and the Giants. If the Broncos lose both of those games, do they have to join the UCFL? Are they dead?
No, there's no shot they lose both of those games.
I'm just saying, because the Broncos are in a position right here where they can take their season and turn it the hell around.
They've already turned it around.
We saw this command and comeback win against the Eagles. Dogs, all the way back in the fight. Now they got the Jets and the Giants. They should be on a hot streak coming to week 8. They should be.
And they kicked
There's no reason why they shouldn't start this as a win
They kicked the shit out of the Bengals.
Yeah.
The Broncos are a good football team.
So they're on fire right now. But if they lose both of these games, I think they're in shambles. I mean, the Jets have to win a game at some point, no?
No. Talk to the 2008 Lions.
That was 16 games or 17 this time. There's no team has ever gone 0-17. You really think the Jets are going to go 0-17? They got the Dolphins still to play again. They got the Patriots still to play again.
Do you remember when we said before week 1 that if the Jets started 5-0, I'd have to run a naked mile?
Yeah, they're 0-5.
They're 0-5. Listen, at the end of the day...
To be fair, hey, give credit where credit's due. They almost beat the Bucs.
What's his name was doing? He's doing that dance. Their coach after they thought
Aaron Glenn.
Yeah,
Aaron Glenn.
That was tough.
But I mean, I'm sad. I feel bad for Jets fans, but it's done for them. I mean,
and it's not done for the Giants. It's the same.
No, because we have fun. It's fun. We got Jackson Dart. We got Scatterboo, and we know damn well we got them for a couple years now, and we got fucking fat fuck Daboll out the door in 12 games.
I don't think that game. I don't think that game was Daboll's fault. You can't blame that game. You can't blame that game on coaching.
I'll blame that game on Darius. I'll blame that game on Darius Slayton. That's who I'll blame that game on.
Listen, I don't want to shit on Jackson Dart. You can't blame Dayball for the noodle arm on the flea flicker. You can't blame Dayball for the fact that Jackson Dart hit a midfield slip and slide and threw the ball on the ground like it was I don't even fucking know what it was. I don't even have a joke to describe his fumble. You can't blame the fact that Darius Slayton looked like he was playing fucking backyard football with his 3-year-old son who hadn't grasped the concept of catching a pass yet. You can't blame the fact that Cam Scatteraboo doesn't know how to hold on to the football when he's running up the middle. I mean, it was just an atrocious amount of turnovers. That was not coaching. They should work on ball security in practice. But at the end of the day, you got to execute in the game.
Are you seriously sitting here and defending Brian Daboll right now?
He had the game plan was good. It was a good game plan. It was good play calling on offense. That flea flicker, incredible play call. You cannot tell me that the Giants were not moving the ball down the field because they were. The flea flicker was a touchdown. They were going in for a score when Scatteraboo fumbled. They were driving when Darius Slayton fumbled the ball at midfield. That's 3 possessions you should have points on. The first 2 drives of the game, we looked like the prime Chiefs.
It was the Saints, dude. It was the Saints. It was the New Orleans Saints.
We suck. That's it. I'm off the Giants. We fucking suck. Oh, let's go Knicks.
I said it, dude. It's fun. Let's just have fun with the rest of this season. We're delusional. We suck. We're dead. It's over. But let's have fun.
I want to talk about 2 more games real quick that happened this past week. First of all,
I got some stats on Jets and Giants, though.
Let's just shove it right in our face. Let's eat it like a fat boy's birthday cake.
So to start, all right, hold on. So to start, the Jets have only won Super Bowl back in 1969. So you guys have witnessed the Super Bowl. You're not just sad every year. So let's keep that in mind. Number 2, the Jets and Giants have never had back-to-back picks. The Jets have had back-to-back number 1 picks in 79 and 80, so good for you guys. And then the Jets I think they're the only team ever to have both the number 1 and number 2 overall picks in 96. So that's pretty freaking bad, all right? That's pretty bad. Anyway.
But everybody knows the Jets are the laughing stock in the NFL. It's the Jets and the Browns. But as we speak right now in today's NFL landscape, the Giants are at just the bottom of the barrel as those 2 teams. There's no getting around it.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
There's no getting around it.
All right, so let's talk about some other games this week because I want to talk about the Seahawks and the Buccaneers because that's contest for game of the
greatest
year.
uniform matchup
it
ever.
being Jersey matchup.
Oh yeah, Jersey matchup.
Greatest uniform matchup ever, but also the game itself lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
What a great game, dude! Baker Mayfield is that guy. I legitimately think that he could win MVP.
There's MVP talks.
Legitimately.
There's MVP talks for Baker. I think he had, what did he have, like 300 and something, 75 yards and less than 5 incompletions? I don't remember what the stat was. But ridiculous.
Yeah.
Against a nasty Seattle defense.
379 with 4 incompletions, I believe.
Emeka Egbuka is a number 1 as a rookie, which is awesome.
Dude, absurd.
Which is awesome because I have him on most of my fantasy teams, and it is paying off.
Yeah, congratulations to Egbuka for winning Rookie of the Year, just so you know. Congratulations.
I don't want to say that because injuries happen, but if he plays the whole season, he will absolutely win Offensive Rookie of the Year if he stays healthy.
Especially when he's got an elite quarterback.
Sam Darnold, also still very good at football. He had a fantastic game. That was a duel of ex-Carolina QBs. And if you're a Panthers fan, you just have to feel like dog shit.
Who was their starter on that team?
They switched on and off.
When it was
Baker, then it was
Darnold with Baker.
It was Baker, then it was Darnold, and then somebody got hurt, and then they benched one, and then the other one was back in. It was fucking ring around the rosy.
That was when Baker got shipped off to the Rams and led that elite drive, right? That was the beginning of the Baker Mayfield.
Listen, Baker finally had good coaching. He was on the Browns his whole career, and then he was with, was it Ron Rivera at the time? I don't even know who the coach for the Panthers was in 2020. No, Rivera.
Maybe Matt Rule.
Maybe Matt Rule. Terrible coach. Gets coached up by Sean McVay, one of the best coaches in the league, and then boom, he turns into an actual quarterback and now he's thriving. And it's awesome to see. He deserves every single bit of it. And I just want to give a big fuck you, Tony, for laughing in my face when I predicted the Bucs to make the Super Bowl this year. Because let's face it, the NFC is wide open. The Eagles have proved to be very beatable. They've proven to be vulnerable in the second half. And the Bucs have a shot to get to the Super Bowl this year.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
But you said I was wrong 5 weeks ago.
Well, they have a shot to get to the Super Bowl. Dude, there's so many good teams in the NFC. There's so many. I mean, think about the Lions. We haven't even talked about the Lions. They've been so under the radar these last few weeks because they've been playing backups and dog shit opponents. But they're a really good football team.
Of course. I'm not saying I made the Bucs as my prediction to get to the Super Bowl.
Well, you know what? We're gonna find out what they're worth this week because they got the Niners. So we're gonna figure out whether or not this team is dogged. Because the Niners have proved they had one loss and it was to the Jaguars, and we'll get to the Jaguars in a second. But we've proved the Bucs have proved they can win games. The Niners have proved they can win games. The Niners with the gritty ass win against the Rams. I mean, they had no business. 8.5-point dogs.
They got fumble luck. They got lucky in that game. Let's face it. And Mac Jones turned into Alabama Mac Jones. I don't know where he pulled that performance out of his ass, but again, good coaching, I guess, can turn a quarterback around.
All I'm saying is the Niners are a good football team. You can't have that many injuries and still beat a really good Rams team. Can't do that.
I'm not saying you're wrong. That was a good game, but you're right. The Bucs and the Seahawks are both contenders in the NFC. They're both going to be playoff teams, and that was a really awesome game.
So I'm not sticking Super Bowl for the Bucs. I'm not saying my laugh in your face was wrong because it could very well go to shit for the Bucs.
I'm just saying you wouldn't put your life on the line that the Bucs aren't going to make the Super Bowl because they have a good shot. They're going to.
I don't think I'd put my life on the line for the Bucs, period, no matter what.
I don't know. We're going to see.
I'm just saying Baker's playing elite football right now and he could win MVP. That's all
100%. 100%. Other exciting games, two other really exciting games I want to hit because you just mentioned the 49ers. That was a great game. I think the most miserable fan base in the NFL, besides the three teams we just mentioned, has to be the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, my God. That was the most putrid, disgusting, feels bad loss I've ever seen in my life. Like, I genuinely felt bad for the city of Phoenix. I genuinely felt bad for the state of Arizona.
The Cardinals playing Glendale.
Disgusting.
By the way.
Glendale.
If you had the Cardinals minus 8.5, you should never bet again in your life. But it's also your fault because you bet on the Cardinals. That's a you problem. But that game was locked away, and the key was at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean.
And DeMarcado dropped it early.
And I don't understand how people still do this. I don't understand how guys still drop the ball before crossing the goal line after you have seen it so many times. And now you're plastered as that guy forever. You lost your team the game. That's it.
Oh, 100%.
That's it. You literally lost your team the game. I don't even know what else. He should still be running sprints. Like Jonathan Gannon should still be making him run sprints until the next game.
Have you seen the new Hulu series that just came out, Chad Powers?
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I've just heard of it.
But that's the premise of the show is that this guy is this goated quarterback who's going to win the national championship, and he drops the ball at the goal line. And now he's wasted. And 8 years later, he's got to go to some dirty Georgia college to come back, and he puts on a fake identity because he's washed and 30 years old. So, I mean, it's the same premise. I mean, DeMarcado is forever going to be known as the guy who dropped the ball in front of the goal line. I mean, look at Dan Orlovsky. He's known as the dude who walked out.
That's different, though.
I mean,
this is two weeks in a row where guys have done it and it cost their teams the game. It happened to the Colts last week. They lost by a touchdown when they should have had a touchdown on the board. The Cardinals literally blew a game to probably I put them all in the same category. Put the Browns, the Jets, the Giants, and the Titans in the same category. They're all dog shit JV CFL teams. I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. That's a disgrace. And now put the Cardinals in there. We got half the NFL in the UCFL now. And Kyler Murray stinks. He does. I have him on my fantasy teams. He blows ass. We've been waiting for Kyler Murray.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
We've been waiting for Kyler Murray to turn the corner for 5 years now. I mean, we watch the same bullshit every week. We watch the little
there's a height limit, dude.
Should have played
You must be
baseball.
5'10". You must be 5'10" to turn the corner.
Well, I'm done with Cardinals talk. Done with Cardinals talk.
He could have been an Oakland Athletic right now. Look at
All
him.
right, hey, can we give a round of applause, fellas? Can I get a round of applause from everybody, please? Congratulations to the Carolina Panthers for beating the Miami Dolphins.
Why are we applauding the Panthers? The Dolphins absolutely suck big rhinoceros ball sack.
Because you know why? Because all the Panthers fans have been giving me shit all week about the Panthers. Hey, you better mention the Panthers in the podcast. They won this week. Congrats. You beat the fucking Dolphins. They suck. You suck. Keep moving.
I want to say this. The Panthers
flowers.
gave up touchdowns to Darren Waller. Darren Waller! You should have lost the game
Hold on.
Hold
on. Can we also talk about the announcer in that game? They had the Hornets guy.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Jalen Waddle!
Whatever.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
I wouldn't be too excited if I was a Carolina fan getting carried by Rico Dowdle.
Hey, don't shit on Rico
Dowdle.
Dowdle. Do not. I accept no Rico Dowdle slander here. South Carolina Gamecock.
Really?
No Dowdle slander at this point.
Oh, I forgot. He's down your throat. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. I'll back up. Rico Dowdle.
I have no problem supporting a South Carolina Gamecock at all.
Fair
Also,
enough.
What about Alshon Jeffrey holding up the trophy? What about Alshon Jeffrey holding up the 2018 Eagles trophy?
No, stop.
You ride for your guys.
Okay.
Come on, you can't tell me you
Also,
weren't.
Exactly.
Xavier Legette finally showed up for the Panthers. So, South Carolina Gamecocks getting it
Yeah,
done.
way to go off topic there, buddy.
Steer it away.
Yeah, way to dodge that.
I didn't see out. I
for your South Carolina
didn't
Gamecocks
watch
until they play for the
Alshon Jeffrey
Philadelphia
play in
Eagles.
South Carolina, so I can't really claim him.
All right, whatever. Way to dodge the question. All right, another question. Are the Ravens dead? Are they dead? Are they dead? Are they dead?
No.
That's my question.
They're not dead. Their division stinks.
They just need Lamar Jackson back. But boy, they made the Texans look good. What the heck?
Yeah.
That was terrible.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Are the Texans promoted back to the NFL?
Yes, they're promoted back. But I want to say this. The AFC North is the old AFC South. And the AFC North is the same as those groupings of teams that we put at the slime bottom of the barrel. Like, if you had to put those teams as a division, it's the AFC North, if that makes sense.
It's just Joe Flacco right now. My man's traveling between the whole
Yeah, that dude's
thing.
That dude's touching
Joe
them all.
Flacco is the NFC North, or the AFC North.
Yeah.
Dude,
There you go.
the quarterbacks in that division right now, Joe Flacco, Aaron Rodgers, Dylan Gabriel, and Cooper Rush.
Elite ball.
That's
ball.
just... I can't say I feel
And
bad
to think
for...
last week it was Jake Browning.
It's
just...
I can't say I feel bad for Ravens fans, but it does really stink to just... I mean, they're missing Marlon Humphrey. They're missing Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry hasn't had a stellar season, but that's because they have no other options but to run the ball with Derrick Henry, so everyone's loading the box.
Hey, all I gotta say about Joe Flacco, he's already won the Bengals a game this year. He did it in week 2. He was just playing for the other team. And he threw it to him
The
a couple
Bengals
times.
are just so
There's
sad.
a chance that he beats the Packers twice in the same season.
That would be awesome.
Being in that division.
That's
crazy.
To our Packers fans, you know who I'm talking to. If you lose to Joe Flacco twice in 1 year, and he's not even in your division
Then
in your conference,
I better not.
That's diabolical.
I better not hear shit again about Joe Flacco's not elite.
We're not circling back to that conversation. We didn't put a pin in that conversation. We never said we were circling back to that conversation.
I just made a statement. All I did was make a statement.
That could age really bad.
All right.
You know who is elite though? You know who is elite though? Daniel Jones. I can't believe I just said
I said I was going to root for Daniel Jones this year, and I'm starting to eat my own words because it really just it makes me mad. But I said I wasn't going to get mad. I said I was not going to get mad. So congrats to Daniel Jones.
He got benched. He got benched with 11 minutes left in the game. Because they were up. Not because they were losing. When the hell in this earth would Daniel Jones be getting benched because you're winning? I just can't
That's all
believe
I
it.
got.
I can't believe it. It's totally disgusting.
That's all I got for
Like,
that, by the way.
We live on a planet Earth right now in this exact moment where Daniel Jones last week got benched because they were winning.
The Colts are good. The Colts are a good football team.
Daniel Jones is nasty.
The Colts are good.
He's nasty. And that just goes to show how bad the Giants organization is. Because Daniel Jones looks like prime Patrick Mahomes.
We got to stop talking about the Giants. You know what I do want to talk about? I want to talk about this Monday night game.
Oh my God.
This is where
Is Trevor Lawrence top 10 in the NFL?
This is where my gambling career ended until the NBA starts. Because I had the Chiefs minus 3.5. And the Chiefs win this game 99.9999999% of the time. The Jags got the pass interference call, which never gets called on the Chiefs. And then Trevor Lawrence slips and is literally ball sacked to the turf, facing the other end zone, and somehow gathers himself and scores the game-winning touchdown. How is that even possible? Not to mention, we had a Patrick Mahomes pick 6 on the 1-yard line. So ultimately, I got boned by Chiefs minus 3.5. I got boned by Trevor Lawrence. Travis Hunter had an incredible catch too. Got to give it up to him. And are the Jags real, or are the Chiefs are they officially not the Chiefs anymore?
How many times do the Jags have to prove themselves? I said it last week. This was going to be a close game, and this was going to be...
You did. You called it.
The statement win for the Jaguars. They did it.
Trevor Lawrence looked incredible.
Trevor Lawrence is better than Jordan Love. After that week, I can fully say that. You want me to start an NFL franchise tomorrow, I'm taking Trevor Lawrence over taking Jordan Love. You asked me 2 weeks ago who was a better quarterback than him. Trevor Lawrence.
He had a hell of a game. Oh, and you know what? I could say this, though, about Trevor Lawrence. When I was watching that final drive when they were down 4 and they had to have a touchdown, he ran 2 very stupid plays back-to-back where he almost got stacked and then scrambled out of the pocket and then dove down inbounds for like a 3-yard gain, and they ended up taking like 40 seconds off the clock. And I had no faith in Trevor Lawrence. But then he got that downfield pass to put them in scoring position. And then he got the pass interference call, which was an underthrown ball, but sometimes you get the call. And then he made that incredible, somehow almost impossible play to end the game. And boom, the Jags are 4-1. They should be 5-0 because they lost that game to Jake Browning. And the AFC South is strong, man. The Texans are coming on. The Jags are 4-1. And the Titans are still dog shit, but you're always going to have a dog shit team in the division. And
they got to win in the category.
And who am I missing in the AFC South? Texans, Jags. Oh, the Colts. We just talked about the Colts. The Colts are 4-1. So that's a hell of a division right now.
We got to apologize. I feel like we got to apologize because we heavily shit on the AFC.
I'm not going to apologize for shit right now. Listen, it's a long season, but as of right now, it's looking like one of the best divisions in football, which nobody would have predicted before the season started.
Not a soul.
So it was a weird slate for week 5, but week 6 we got some half decent matchups. I mean,
the Jaguars are gonna get their test this week. They are. They're gonna get their
home
test
against
this week.
Seattle.
They gotta play Seattle.
Yeah, home against Seattle. We have what should have been some really good games, but with injuries aren't going to be as good of games. But like you mentioned earlier, we got 49ers, Bucks. We got Rams, Ravens without Lamar, which is a bummer. Seahawks, Jags actually looking like the best game of the week out of nowhere. So that's going to be a fun one.
No, Sunday Night Football.
Well, we got Lions Chiefs to close out the slate, which is freaking awesome.
Is this a must win for the Chiefs have to win this game?
No. It's still too early in the season. The Chiefs could easily rattle off 9-10 wins in a row, but this is going to be a good test for them. It's going to be Hopefully we get a remake of the game, what was it, 2 years ago on Thursday Night Football to open up the season?
Yeah,
week one. Hopefully we get another game like that, but it's gonna be an awesome game. So, and then we got another doubleheader on Monday night. Bills going to Atlanta. That's gonna be a good game. That should be a fun, high scoring matchup. And then Bears Washington. Bears have turned their season around.
Fun game.
Another fun game. So the later half of the slate,
Coming off the bye,
later half of the slate is really going to turn around. We got some shitters in there, that's for sure. But yeah, you guys.
Saints, Patriots. That's
well.
cool.
Hey, listen, the Pats are proving to be a real team too. They I don't want to not mention them. They had a huge win against Buffalo, defeating the final undefeated team of the season. That could go a long way for Drake May's confidence.
It's the Saints again. How many times do I have to
No,
say
I'm saying when the Pats beat the Bills. The Pats beating the Bills on Monday. Got to give the Pats some flowers. I'm going to give them a quick shout out. Drake May looked good. That was a great win for them. But listen, the NFL season has been weird. I feel like there's no dominant runaway team up to this point. The Bills and the Eagles were the last remaining undefeated teams, but neither of them had looked dominant through 4 weeks of football. So I'm interested to see what happens here after the first quarter of the season. So, in saying that, let's get to the ultimate trio this week. Let's make some picks.
Did we want to talk about college football?
I do. We'll get into college.
I didn't want to just
fly
by it.
No. Let's make our picks and preview. Let's do our. I said picks and preview because I listened to PMT today. There's don't copyright me. Let's get into ultimate trio.
Yep. So week 6, Anthony hits the 2-pointer again. Dallas Goedert. What a pick, bro. So you went.
I love tight ends.
Yeah, you went 2-1, but you got the 2 points. So you got 3 points on the week again.
Tony's running away with this.
Putting you yeah, man, you got 12. And then Johnny, you went 2-1 as well, so you're at 7 points. And I went 1-2. Hopefully I can go the other way. Like, geez. So I have 7 points. So right now it's 12-7-7. So
Tony's run away. I'm gonna have to. Payne and I are gonna have to start picking some plus odds TD scores to try and get back into this thing. But listen, long season, a lot of way to go. 5 points can be made up in 2 weeks.
Considering we're doing playoffs as well, we're only a quarter of the way through.
Long way to go. So what is
25%? We got a long time.
What's the order this week for the?
I went first on spread last week. I went last on touchdown score.
Okay, so I will go. I went first on touchdown score last week, so I'll go last on touchdown score, and I'll go first in total, and then second in the spread. So Peyton, you lead us off with the spread.
That puts me spread. Okay.
Yep.
And this week I saw a lot of good options because I don't know. I feel like the spreads are kind of wonky this week.
I'm not seeing the board this week.
And it's tough because I don't want to pick against the Chiefs, but I'm going to. I'm going to go Lions 2.5. They're favored. The Chiefs are favored in that game. They're the hot team. Chiefs have been pretty bad. That's my number 1 pick. We're good. We talked a lot about that game already, so.
Good. All right. Well, that's going to be an interesting Sunday night matchup. Man, like I said, I'm not seeing the board this week at all. It really kind of sucks because I don't really know where I want to go with my pick. Just give me Tampa -3 against San Francisco. San Francisco got to come across the country, the traveling. I trust the Bucs in this one. San Francisco's still pretty hurt. I don't know if Purdy's playing or if Mac Jones is playing, but give me the Bucs -3.
My eyes are huge here. And I'm just you guys got me fired up with the Joe Flacco pick. I'm going Bengals plus 14.5 against the Packers.
Yeah, that one looked pretty juicy to me because 14.5 is a huge spread.
2 touchdowns? You tell me they can lose by 2 touchdowns and still
that looked fat and juicy to me. You're right. There's always backdoor cover potential, especially since Flacco's just going to be chucking it up there.
Oh, yeah. That dude's got no game. He's going in there and he's just whizzing.
Oh, listen, that's...
I can't believe Joe Flacco was a trade in the middle of the season.
Oh, my God. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Total.
I'm up first. Oh, man.
Yeah, and then I'm up second.
All right. Give me Give me the over 49.5 in Cowboys-Panthers. I've been rolling in the totals in the Dallas games. I'm going to keep rolling with it. Both these defenses suck. Dallas has an incredible offense. I think they're going to put up 30 by themselves. Over.
We've got our first fade of the season. Our first fade of the season. I'm going under.
You're going check down. All right, this is a point swing.
Have you checked the weather in Charlotte? Have you checked the weather in Charlotte Sunday, buddy?
Oh, no.
It's going to be downpouring. Pouring rain. We got a tropical system offshore, buddy.
Can I change my pick?
Nope.
All right.
He already picked.
All right.
Also, to be clear, reppin', I don't think it's supposed to rain that hard.
Really?
All right, we're rolling with it. I hope you're just an asshole.
I live here.
All right, we're rolling. Over 49.
I don't know, maybe I'm crazy.
I could have swore I saw rain in the forecast in Charlotte on Sunday.
Listen,
Let me look.
Dallas, terrible defense. Panthers, terrible defense. Cowboys, electric offense.
49, 50 points?
27, 35 to...
Right now, there's no rain this weekend.
Oh, damn it.
35 to 25.
I was
Let's
like,
go.
what?
High total.
Oh, I may have screwed up. Oh, well. You know what? We got to
Give me 29. Give me 29, 26. That gets the job done, too.
Under.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Panthers win 10-7.
Get the fuck out of here. All right, Peyton. Let's see your total. I'm done with his bullshit.
I'm going under.
You have a chance to catch a point on me.
This is
down.
great.
This is good
I've
for
been
you.
winning on Dallas overs. It's been consistent. I'm going back to the well.
We'll see. I'm going to go under in the New England and New Orleans game. It's 45.5.
Yeah, that's a gross one. That's a gross one.
I was like,
That might be in the 30s. That was probably a better pick. All right.
I mean, that it's like, it's a tough one not to pick.
TD scores?
I think Anthony goes first, right?
Yeah, I'm up first.
Yeah.
We do these too early in the week because the touchdown scoring odds are not out yet, which is a real bummer.
I mean, we say early, but games are tomorrow.
There's a game tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to ride with who you're going to ride with. And you know who I'm riding with this week? Trevor Lawrence plus 340.
How do you have these odds pulled up?
I have the odds.
Where do you have them pulled up at?
FanDuel, buddy. FanDuel.
What? Oh, anytime TDs. There it is. Right. I'm blind. I need glasses. Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
should have gone there too.
Trevor Lawrence plus 340. He scored 2 touchdowns last week. He's going to do it again this week.
To be honest,
Seattle.
Anthony, he was on my radar, and I have a pretty decent radar. I was looking at the.
You have a pretty decent radar. You've got 2 picks right all
there's
year?
only a couple games. There's only a couple games out. That's why.
Yeah.
You've got what? 2 touchdown scorers right the whole year? I hate that it's on your radar.
All right.
me
Hey,
feel like it's not gonna
great.
hit.
Then you don't need. Then great. This is perfect. I was looking at the
This
Seahawks
is
game
the
for
day-
being
this
high
is the day of
scoring.
raffle picks.
All right.
I was thinking Matthew Golden might finally score a touchdown this week against the Bengals because they're in shambles. But as we were talking in the podcast, I'm gonna pivot to my fantasy tight end, the guy I've been riding all year, Tyler Warren. I don't know the odds. It's probably less than plus 300, but that's my pick.
All right. What do we say gets you 2 points? Plus 300 or more?
Plus
Yes.
300 or more.
All right. I'm gonna ride with my guy. Give me Jackson Dart. Fuck it. I don't care. Give me Jackson Dart.
What is he?
He's over plus 300. Jackson Dart plus
right.
360. I get there. Also, the Eagles' defense is plus 600 to score a touchdown tomorrow. That means Jackson Dart's throwing a pick 6. I got news. All right, cool. Well, gonna be a fun week. Week 6 already.
Tyler Warren is plus 150 anytime touchdown score.
All right, low odds.
What was Matthew Golden by chance? Real quick, if you have it up.
I'm going. I gotta go to this dang. That game is so gross. Like I'm just thinking about. We have to watch Joe Flacco in a Bengals uniform.
That's
play
awesome.
play
Joe
the
Flacco's
Packers.
gonna look sick in that helmet. That's gonna look badass.
Yeah, he is. Matthew Golden, plus 185 anytime.
All right, we're good.
All right.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, I do want to hit. I want to hit college football too.
We got some good college football matchups.
Well, I don't want to necessarily talk about the matchups. We promised the people at week 0 of college football that we would revisit our original preview or picks in week 5, and it's time for that recap. So Peyton and I unfortunately had an LSU-Texas national championship matchup, and I never would have thought that Texas would be unranked going into this week. That was unfathomable to think that almost midway through the season. Right?
Yeah, Peyton, what do you got to say? I mean, Arch is not the guy. He's not the guy.
I just thought, I don't know. They just notoriously been pretty good. I don't know the last time they were out of the top 25. I'm not much of a college football head,
they
but
said
it's been
Texas
a while,
was
right?
back. They said Texas was back. Texas is dead.
Texas is back every
not
year,
back
but they're coming off a college football playoff performance. Everyone had higher hopes for them this year because they had Arch coming in, and he hasn't proven to be ready yet. It's been a very disappointing season by all means. And for them to be unranked at this point in time when they've only played 2 tough opponents, and Florida's been slightly disappointing this year nonetheless. I will say going into Ohio State week 1, very tough game. I don't want to hold that against them. But for them to lose that game in a convincing fashion against the Florida Gators, who have struggled this year, is absolutely all the reason to make them an unranked football team heading into this week. Their receivers have been
Called it.
Their receivers have been booty chicks this year. They haven't been able to get the run going. Arch, I guess, is just used to playing JV football teams and against the backups because his experience is obviously not there. And it's just been a very disappointing season. I have nothing else to say but than that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're wrong.
And LSU losing the game to Ole Miss this weekend, not a season ender by any means. Ole Miss obviously ranked number 4 in the nation. So LSU has a chance. They're going to they play South Carolina this week, so I hope it's not a bounce-back game. But like we talked about, going into Baton Rouge is going to be very tough. So they might have a bounce-back game against South Carolina this week. I think Garrett Nussmeier needs to step up to the plate and have better quarterback play. I don't think anybody at LSU likes Brian Kelly as their coach, but it is what it is. So let's see if he could get them over the hump and finish strong down the stretch. They're going to have to if they want to make a playoff push.
Thank God we didn't do this look back in week 2 because I'd look like an idiot because Notre Dame started 0-2.
But they haven't played anybody since the 0-2 start.
But I'm back. I mean, they're 16th in the country. They got NC State this week. They should mollywop them. I mean, and Ohio State's the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, Ohio.
So my pick's not looking too bad. I'm alive. You guys are dead.
We're dead. You're definitely alive.
You need Notre Dame to win out.
Run the table.
Yep.
Notre Dame has no choice.
And they would be known as the hot team, so.
They're going to make the playoff. Notre Dame is going to be in the playoff. They don't play anybody the rest of this year. They did this last year when they lost to Eastern Illinois or whatever game that was, Northern Illinois.
They legit have nobody on the schedule. USC at home.
That's it. That's their only game.
Probably the hardest game for them. At Pitt, maybe.
Listen, they're going to finish. They're going to do the same shit as last year. Last year they lost that game. Everyone counted them out. Then they won out and ended up making the national championship. I'm not saying the same thing's going to happen this year, but they're going to make the playoff. They're not going to leave They're not going to leave a 10-2 Notre Dame out of the playoff picture. It's just not going to happen. So I want to bring up a talk about we're not completely dead because LSU can still win the national title. If Nussmeier steps up to the plate and Brian Kelly figures out his team a little better and is not so goddamn stubborn in coaching, they have a shot because it's wide open. So I want to propose to you guys.
So you're half dead.
We're half dead. I want to propose to you this question. More disappointing, Texas or Penn State?
Oh. I mean, Penn State's loss this past weekend was disgusting.
And Texas's wasn't? Especially with the play of Arch?
Losing to 0-4 UCLA is gross, dude. That's really bad. That's really bad.
Shout out to that
UCLA is
new
bad
play
football
caller,
team,
though.
Bad football program.
The loss the week
we're
before,
talking about
even
the guy
against Oregon, was atrocious. You can't blow that game at all.
Oregon's third in the country in overtime. You can't give Penn State that much. I still think that, I mean...
More disappointing season, Texas or Penn State so far?
I would say Texas.
I don't think Penn State's dead yet, though. They have a lot of prove-me games left on the schedule that they can get back into.
They have no chance to make the playoff. They're not going to win out. Look at Penn State's schedule. You're telling me they're gonna win out? There's no shot in hell.
I mean, they got prove-me games.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they lose one more game, they're done. If they finish 10-2, if they do happen to win out, they will make the playoff. But it's not going to happen. And they're not putting in a 3-loss Penn State. It's not happening. Same.
Yeah, but look at Texas. Look at Texas' schedule compared to Penn State's schedule rest of the way. Who's got a harder?
I'm not familiar with the Texas schedule. I'm sorry.
I will say I'm not a big fan of the 3-loss teams getting into the playoff. I don't
think anybody is. It
think
happened
that's
with
productive.
Clemson last year, and we saw what
Yeah.
happened. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
I'm not a big fan of that.
They're not proven to be teams that deserve to be in the playoff. And at the end of the day, that's
you have to truly earn it. You only play 13 games. Sometimes some teams play 14. Sometimes they play 12. Whatever. But that's if you're losing 3 of those, there's only 10 to 12 teams total that get into the playoff. You shouldn't be able to make the playoff. That's ridiculous.
Texas still has to play at Georgia and home against Texas A&M. And they have to play against Vanderbilt, who's a tough team, and Oklahoma. There's no way Texas is making the playoff. They're not winning all those games with Arch.
No way.
And the same thing with Penn State. Penn State still has to play all those tough Big Ten opponents. So both these teams' seasons just ended this past weekend. And that really sucks.
I would stand behind that.
That's why I was asking you, who do you guys think is more disappointing? I think the more disappointed fan base. I don't know though, because Penn State made it to the semis.
Think about the hype coming around Arch Manning this year. I mean, Drew Aller obviously dog. People knew that he was going to be good this year because of the results from
Penn State let the wrong quarterback.
Arch was unproven.
They let Bo Pribula walk out the door and go to Missouri. Missouri's going to make the playoff this year in the SEC.
I mean, they got to play Alabama this week. We'll hold your horses. We can talk. We can have a Missouri playoff discussion next week. They got a prove me game this week.
Well, yeah. Listen, every game's a prove me game when you walk.
They're home against
every
Alabama.
game's a prove me game in the SEC. This just is what it is. But Bo Pribula's having a great season. He can move with his legs. He could move the football down the field. Missouri looks like a real team. They were on the brink of making the playoff last year, and they upgraded at the quarterback position. That's what they needed. They got him, and Penn State let him walk out the door. I don't know. I think the more disappointing fan base has to be Penn State, especially losing to UCLA. And they were right on the brink last year. James Franklin sucks in any game that he isn't supposed to win, but we never expected them to lose this game to UCLA.
That's true.
So, anything else on the college football landscape that we want to mention? I definitely wanted to bring up those two big losses.
Two Big Ten matchups that are going to show whether or not the Illinois and Indiana are frauds or not. They both got to play Ohio State. Illinois got to play Ohio State at home, and Oregon's got to play Indiana. So we're going to find out whether this Indiana team is really as good as everybody says they are, and if Illinois is actually working.
Indiana's the real deal, dude. I mean, they made the playoff last year. Everyone thought they were frauds. But Kirk Cignetti's done a great job coaching up that roster, and Mendoza is a real threat to win the Heisman this year. That dude's a dog. He can play ball.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but they got a big game this weekend against
We're gonna
Oregon. They got to go all the way out to Oregon. They got to fly all the way out west.
I think it's two Heisman hopefuls going up against each other, no?
Probably.
And definitely two playoff hopeful teams. I think both these teams still make the playoff, though. I think we're going to get a great game. I'm going to predict overtime for this game, but I think both these teams at the end of the day still make the playoff.
All right. Love it.
We'll see what happens.
Syracuse fucking sucks. That's all I got.
I already went through. Syracuse is irrelevant. They lost their quarterback. They're irrelevant. South Carolina is very much on the brink of being 2-6, or 3-6. Sorry, which would be very unfortunate. We'll see what happens.
I want to give an update on my knee. I went to the doctor because it's been 11 days.
How do we go from college
Woke up
football
in
to
my-
your knee?
Because that's college football talk. It's wrapped. It's done. I made my point. Syracuse
All right,
sucks.
let's go. What's happening with your knee? Is this your stink bomb?
No, it's not my stink bomb. I have blood in my foot now, so I had to go to the doctor because I'm like, all right, we got to figure out what the fuck's going on here because my ankle is swollen to high hell. Now, not to mention to you, I was an idiot and I played softball last week.
That's brutal.
Probably not my best idea.
You should have seen him.
But-
He had to try and run one out. He was not moving. He was like,
He looked like he shit his
Just-
pants.
he's just going
down
to-
the baseline.
it was insane. And even funnier, and I got to speak on your behalf, Anthony, because I was recruited out randomly for that game.
It sounds like you're recruited out every week. It sounds like you're on the
Guys
fucking
love
team.
me. Guys love me. I'm a guy's guy, I guess.
That's unreal.
But last week, so Anthony's running, the shortstop spikes it, first baseman boots it, and Anthony is like halfway down the line and still runs it out. And it was the most sad watch ever for the other team to have to let that happen in front of them. Anyway, I digress.
I hit the boosters. I hit what I had. That was probably
The boosters? Wait, what are you talking about? COVID shots? The fuck are you talking about, boosters?
I don't know. I turned up the heat. I
put on the rocket booster.
We ended up scoring like what, 6 runs after that, 5 runs after that. So you know what? Hustle pays off.
Hey man, Little Big Dumper made it. So good for you, man.
Yeah, Little Big Dumper. That's my new nickname. Is Little Big Dumper.
You should just be Dumpy. You should just
I went
be
to the
Dumpy
doctor.
Jr.
I went to the doctor. I got X-rays. She did the muscle test. I'm all clear. I just got a deep bone bruise. They said 2 weeks. They said 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
I have a 10K. I have a 10K next month. I'm probably shot.
Nah, you're in. I'm running that with you.
We'll find out.
I'm running that with you, so we'll be good. Lot of bridges in that run, by the way.
I was hard on the training. And I haven't been able to move my leg in the last 11 days. What am I supposed to do now? I'm going to go back. And
You might as well be a heavy cigarette smoker. All I've been doing is
sitting on my couch downstairs. I know. That's what I said. I'm going to be sucking wind. The most moving I've done was doing a pogo stick down the first baseline.
All right, so if that's not your stink bomb, then what's your stink bomb? I want to hear it.
No, I got back this week, right? And this was my first weekend in Raleigh in, 5 weeks. My roommate travels a lot for work, right?
Okay.
So a lot of times my house is empty. Not a lot of people here. We clean the house whenever we can. We clean.
Which means you never clean the house. Out. That's fine. We
clean when we can. My room's pretty clean. It ain't dirty. I clean my room. It's not bad. But crumbs still get everywhere, right? They still find their way into. Can I
cut you in on something? They make something that would be just for you. It's called a vacuum.
Can I get my stink bomb, please? Can you quit being a dick?
You should probably invest in one. I'm sorry. Continue.
I own a vacuum. Thank you very much. Fuck you very much. So crumbs get into these cracks and crevices. And I have a house that's vinyl siding, so it's kind of like a plastic material if you don't know. And for some reason, the smartest diabolical creatures of all time, and ants, have found their way up to these crumbs.
Oh, that's dirty.
So we get back this week, and my fucking downstairs, where my kitchen is infested.
Oh, that's...
Ants everywhere. Disgust. Like, literally, I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. I got an ant crawling up my leg.
That's foul.
All week this has been. So you know what we did last night? Extermination. I should probably be in jail right now for how many ants I murdered yesterday. I murdered a lot of ants yesterday. I used bleach. I used all methods of killing. Smashed them. I feel bad. PETA, I apologize. But they were infesting my territory. I was defending my home. So yeah, my house got infested with ants.
Yeah,
that's my stink bomb.
That's a you problem.
So, but they're gone now. Eradicated. See ya. Peace. Deuces.
Peyton, you got a stink bomb for us?
Do I have a stink bomb? Put me on the spot. Honestly,
if you don't, it's okay.
I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna have anything enough stink bomby to really have one. So I'm gonna go with no this week.
Yeah, you could pass.
But next week, if I'm asked, I'll be ready.
All right. So Saturday night, we all go out for dinner, right? Whatever, eat dinner. We go and see our DJ. Our DJ's at the bar, but he's at the more laid back bar, you know.
Don't let the belly.
No.
Oh, different DJ.
Probably the DJ that's going to be DJing our wedding. Not our wedding, but my wedding. Mine and my fiance's wedding.
I was about to say, we get married, bro?
So we go to the local bar, you know, just like a cool hangout spot, got a little patio, whatnot. It's at Wrightsville Beach. Just sit around, have a couple drinks. Well, somebody mentioned the word Red Dogs. And I just can't say no. So I'm like, all right. So we end up in Red Dogs, right? up there.
Which is the club for you guys
Club,
to build on.
fist bumping, whatnot. Had one too many. So I had a couple vodkas in me, and I get handed a 6 any Chews Bombski. It's a nice little sixer. And I always say no to sixes. I'm not a nicotine guy. But it got put on a silver platter to me. So I'm like, all right, let me just, whoop. Oops, it just ended up there. And so I didn't really feel anything. I was kind of just, vibing. And then a song came on. I busted down, did a little dance move. And all of a sudden, it was like, whoo, like slow motion. And I was like, wow. I was like, I'm not going to puke, but I'm mentally puking. Didn't puke. Turns out, so I got it out responsibly. Turn around.
Bullshit. You chucked that thing on the floor.
No, I was standing right by the trash can. This leads into my story. I throw the whatever it was, whatever pouch it was, in the garbage. So then a guy comes running, and he runs right to the trash can and does a little puke and dash. Shit you not, right behind me. Little puke and run. Right in the trash can, and it turns out it got on my buddy's shirt. But then my buddy proceeds to ask me, hey, is my shirt wet? So I feel his shirt. He's like, yeah, I got puked on. I'm like, you got fucking puked on? I was like, I just touched your shirt. It's like, you got puked on. So yeah, I felt the shirt. He did. He got puked on. I want to say this. If you're going to do a puke and run, be responsible with the puke and run. Do it outside. Do it in the bathroom. Don't do it you can't do it. You're banned. You're out of there. You should be tossed. And if I knew which guy it was before he ran off so fast, I would have grabbed this shirt and I would have told the bouncer to get him the fuck out. He's too drunk to be here. Just puked. A local puke. You can't have a local puke in the bar.
So you're saying your buddy was the reason why you touched puke. So you know what you should have done, like you did to me the weekend before? You should have puked right on him.
Listen.
Eye for an eye.
So we leave the club. We're in the Uber back, right? And I got a little tuned up. Sitting in the back seat, right? We're almost about home. We're on Highway 17, which is one of the busier highways. It's about 2 a.m. And I'm in the back seat, and all of a sudden, we're in the right lane. There's a car in the left lane. All of a sudden, the car in the left lane goes, shoop, and our Uber driver goes, shoop, and I'm in the back seat, I'm like, whoo! I felt like I had another Zin in. And I'm like, what is going on? I was like, why did that car just do that? And I perk up a little bit, and there's a car driving in the wrong lane right at us, 60 miles an hour. Boom, on the wrong side of the highway, and it's a cop chase. There's a cop chase. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? I'm like, this is some GTA type shit. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was two cops chasing the car, driving on the wrong side of the highway, and he was heading right for the interstate exit. So you literally, when you're driving off of I-140, you get off on the exit ramp onto 17, but the way he was driving right into the traffic. So if somebody was coming around the turn off the interstate going 70, 80 miles an hour, I don't even want to know how the story ended. But yeah, that was my Saturday night in a nutshell.
That's wild.
Yeah. Crazy story, right?
Oh
yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. That was my stink bomb. Thank God.
Well, glad you're
thank
all
God
right.
my Uber driver was paying attention. That's all I'm going to say. 5 stars for her.
Fair enough.
Yep. Yeah, crazy ending to the weekend for sure. I want to say I'm done, but I'm already reserved for Friday night. So if you want to see a tag team podcast guy,
You're reserved for Friday night.
Yeah, we made plans already. We're hitting the dog again. Not literally, but we're hitting the club.
Thank God I'm not in town.
Thank God you're not in town. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. So.
Oof. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Just to recap, Cubs for Johnny's play-by-play. Cubs won 4.
Cubs win 4-3. Yanks down 2-1 in the 7th. So.
Well, we know that game's
not over yet. Not over yet. But yeah. All right. That'll wrap it up for this week's episode of the Tag Team Podcast. I hope everyone's enjoying the YouTubes. We appreciate any feedback given to us.
Hit the like button and hit the subscribe.
Hit the like,
hit
the subscribe. Download on listening platforms as well. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any listening device. We got you hooked up on that as well. So cool. Hope everyone enjoyed this week and stay tuned for next week.
Peace.